Harper Audio presents It's My America Too, written and read by Ben Ferguson. I could talk all day and all night and into next week about everything I love about being an American. But you know what? Pride in your country can never be a passive experience. We can't just sit back in our recliners and say, yep, we rule. If we do, this country will find itself continuing to head in the wrong direction and going there in a big hurry. The real question is why we continue to trust the politicians and other powers that be to look out for regular people like you and me. Almost any poll will tell you that Americans just don't trust politicians. Heck, it seems that Americans can't stand politicians in general. I am writing this book to encourage everyone to help take back what is rightfully ours. The time has come to decide that we are going to band together and make some serious noise. You should know I am a conservative, and I don't like what the Democrats stand for. If still, after you hear me, you don't like conservatives, then please, by all means, fight against what I believe in. The bottom line is, get involved and be heard. You might think I've got some very powerful people backing me up. Where else would I get my confidence? Well, that's just not the case. I get my confidence from being close to God. No, I'm not a Bible beater. In fact, I hardly talk about God in this recording. But you should know that the foundation of my beliefs comes from my strongly held faith in God. I also believe in old-fashioned family values, and I believe in respecting my elders because there's a lot we can learn from them. I am lucky enough to have been raised in a quiet community in Memphis, Tennessee, where I learned that no one should ever have to apologize for being close to their family. My parents are a huge part of who I am. They taught me that sometimes you have to stand up and be counted. They taught me that we need to make sure our voices are heard. We have the right and responsibility to clear our throats and speak out loudly and clearly so all the leaders of this country can hear us when we tell them, it's my America too. I am proud to say I believe in God. I am proud to say I believe in people. I am proud to say I believe in the American dream. It's time we all start to believe in who we are and stop listening to the people in Washington who tell us they know what's best for us. I wrote this book because, honestly, I wanted to inspire others to let themselves be heard. I am living proof that anyone, and I do mean anyone, can make a difference. You will never know if you don't give it a try. Take it from me. It feels good. Actually, it feels great. For me, there's nothing more fun than going on TV and debating someone like Janeane Garofalo, who thinks she's some big expert on world affairs and politics. Last I checked, she was only an actress and comedian. The war in Iraq was one of the saddest things I ever saw. Before the war, very few Americans had ever heard of Janeane Garofalo, or the guy who made the movie Bowling for Columbine, Michael Moore. And very few Americans ever sat around listening to the music of Moby, another half-famous Hollywood activist who decided that all of a sudden he was qualified to tell the American people we should not go to war. Mike Farrell, Susan Sarandon, and Tim Robbins were just a few of the other Hollywood types who joined the club to argue that we should let Saddam Hussein continue torturing his own people. These are the people who inspired me to make a difference. These Hollywood liberals don't know anything about war. They have no background in foreign relations, and I bet you money they couldn't tell you how the United Nations actually operates. But even so, they back the UN in its opposition to the war, and they backed the liberal movement against George W. Bush. But in reality, they were backing Saddam. I am sick and tired of these people influencing my generation. It's people my age, not older Americans, who say to themselves, hey, they're famous, let's back their cause. If I've got one goal, it's to let my generation know how they are being used by these famous Hollywood types, the powerful Washington types, and the anti-American types. The second reason I am writing this book is to show people that being a conservative does not mean you are rich, old, and wear a sweater vest. Being conservative is a mindset, not a lifestyle, and I am living proof of that. Sure, some conservatives can be as boring as heck, but I still like the conservative ideas, and that's why I believe in them. What I don't like are liberals like Ted Kennedy or Howard Dean who bash the right wing with criticisms that don't even add up. These Democrats run around thinking they are better.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?